home after a long week up at the cabin. A lot of the trees are changing colors and losing their leaves. Not these trees, these are dead. But that's what Michigan looks like in the winter. You can see how ugly the sky is right now. It has been raining for about a day straight. It's going to be sunny and 70 tomorrow. But I just need to get home. So there's about a 2.5 hour window where it's not going to rain. Actually, I think once I get home it's going to be thunderstorming. So I might get stuck in that. I don't know if you can see all the geese over there. They know winter's on the way and they're getting the hell out of Dodge. I don't blame them. Yeah, I think it hit about 64 degrees today. It's not too bad out, really. I got my rain gear on, just in case, except for my boots. I forgot my waterproof boots. Yeah, I hope it doesn't rain. I don't want to ruin these shoes. Oh well. Now with this truck in front of me, I can't guarantee that I'm going to have good video. The water's spraying up on my lens. I don't know if the old GoPro's picking up what I'm seeing, but it's looking pretty dark up there. Yeah, this might not turn out too well. Oh, I usually like the roads with a lot of twists and turns, but today I'm pretty glad that this is a pretty straight road. It's kind of wet, kind of slippery. Wet leaves on the road. Yeah, that could be dangerous. I mean, look at it. Trees are all changing. Bunch of hills. Got a stupid truck in front of me. We do have a lot of Amish up here. Man, that's some of the hardest working people I've ever met in my life. Go to their stores, whole family, I don't care how old they are, they're in there working. Super polite. They make some of the most delicious pies and donuts and apple cider you will ever have. There's Amish right there. Now if you ever go to an Amish store, you got to get some of their baked goods. Breads, pies, beef jerky. Some of the best you'll ever have. Mainly because they do not use preservatives. So when you buy bread, that loaf better be gone within 3 days, or it'll walk off your table. Yep, they don't use preservatives like the rest of us squids. Have you ever seen a fat Amish person? Nope. That should tell you something. We are eating crappy food. So every chance I get when I'm up here, I go to the Amish stores, I buy their food. It just tastes better. If you're wondering how to tell the difference between an Amish farm and a regular farm, if you're no, that's regular. They're more regular than we are. If you're wondering the difference between an Amish farm and a non-Amish farm, two things right away. One, look in the driveway. If you see a car parked in the driveway, it's not an Amish farm. And two, the power lines. They'll go right past an Amish farm. None of them will go to the house. Man, I give it up to the Amish. I don't know how they can survive a Michigan winter. Man, us idiots, we complain all the time. We got our heaters going, our refrigerators going, and oh no, it's a little chilly in my house. I guess I'll turn up the heater. No, instead of just putting on some warmer clothes, we crank up the heater. This is an Amish farm right here. Oh yeah, another thing, you probably couldn't see it. It's misting out. They had their laundry hanging out. You go by an Amish farm in the middle of winter, there'll be 2 feet of snow. Their clothes will be hanging out on the laundry line. Well, I can hear the rain on my helmet. I mean, come on, we're on an adventure. It wouldn't be an adventure if we didn't have gray skies and rain and wet, slippery roads. Oh boy. Getting harder to see. Boys, my face mask is fogging up big time. On the plus side, this is actually the first time this whole summer that I got rained on. Kind of crazy. There are many days I went out riding and it was supposed to rain. Never did. I only wish I would have brought my waterproof boots. This is gonna suck. Oh, it's getting really dark up there. Oh no, I'm about to get hammered. And not in the good way. It's an adventure. Sure, not one I was exactly planning on. Oh, I think I'm gonna get rained on all the way home. Oh, great. And my face shield is fogging up. I can't see crap. So I gotta take one snap off my visor, get some air in there. And that brings the rain and the wind in. Woohoo! Good times. My feet are already wet. Hey, there's a gas station. I think I'm gonna pull into that gas station. Oh, maybe not. Oh, yes I am. Let me hit this gas station. Get this camera off. It looks like I'll be finishing up this video tomorrow. Well, if I'm filming from here, I should tell you something. That's right. The bike is on the lift. Again. Well, if you know that saying, if it wasn't for bad luck, I'd have no luck at all. They wrote that saying just for me. Yesterday, a buddy of mine was having his yearly party called Hot Dogs and Hot Rods. A bunch of hot rodders show up, a couple motorcycles, big cookout, big bonfire. It's a great time. Well, I wasn't going to show up in the old family vehicle, so I was taking the bike. Come out to my bike, and what do I find? I don't know if you can tell. That tire is flat. Of course it is. Well, typical me, I was not going to miss this show. I pumped up that tire. I headed off to my buddy's house. Figured, hey, if I lose a little air, I'll just pump it up. Should get me home. Well, at about 9:30 last night, pitch dark out, I decide, hey, it's time to go home. Go check the tire. 0 pounds. Completely flat. Pumped up the tire, started up the bike. Taillight's burned out. Got the old lens off, changed out the light bulbs. Working great. The rear tire's already lost 5 pounds of air. Within those 6-7 minutes of changing out that light bulb, lost about 5 pounds. I jumped on my bike. I had a good 20-25 minute ride home. Well, I already had the tire overinflated in the first place, so I could afford to lose a little air. Made it home last night. Now it's time to fix it. But let's jack this bike up again. Now remember, I just had this whole back end off, changing out the chain and sprocket. Anyway, let's jack this bike up. Let's find out where that leak is. I'm hoping it's just the valve stem. On the plus side, there's a good chance I do not have to pull this whole rear wheel off to put a new inner tube on it. I could have run over a nail. I don't know. It's not time for new tires, but by the end of next year, I'm going to need new tires. I just don't want to have to do that now. All right, let's do this. First things I'm going to check, see if I've run over anything. A nail, a screw, something. Oh no, look at that. Right there. I got a screw in my tire. Man, what a bummer. I was hoping it was a valve stem. Oh well. After finding a screw in my tire, I guess I have to do the inevitable. I'm not going to say that word. Well, after finding a screw in the tire, I guess I got to do what I didn't want to do. I got to remove the rear tire. I just had it off last week to change out the chain and sprockets. Oh boy. Oh well. I'm getting good at this. So let's jack up the bike. Start unbolting the axle. Get this tire off. Again. Last thing I wanted to do today. And it was 78 degrees today. Middle of October in Michigan, it's 78 degrees. This was a perfect day for riding. All right, let's find out what is stopping me from riding right now. That's it? That's it. That puny little screw right there. What a man. Well, it's back together again. I've had this rear end off this bike twice in 1 week. This time, it wasn't because I needed new chain and sprockets. An 1.25" drywall screw cost a half a penny. Just cost me 50 bucks. It didn't just cost me 50 bucks. It's the middle of October in Michigan. The last 2 days it's been 78 and 80 degrees, sunny, absolute beautiful riding weather. I've missed the last 2 days of riding. It's 5:30 p.m. right now. I have about an hour and a half left of daylight. Why don't we jump on this bike? Just get the hell out of here for a while. I need that. People, quit throwing your screws in the street. Let's get on this bike. Let's go for a ride because I need one bad. Well, I'm back on the road, and it's beautiful out. You might have noticed when I just left, I did one of them, oops! I left my house. Every time I work on something, whether it's my motorcycle or my car or whatever, I'm always thinking right through my head, all right, what did I forget? What did I forget to bolt on? What did I forget to tighten? Man, well, lucky for me, I was only about 1/8 mile from my house when I realized I never tightened down that rear brake caliper. Well, that would have sucked. Who knows where I'm going tonight? And those screws were just slightly in there. They would have just rattled their way out and fallen. That would have sucked. So let's do a little recap on how my last 2 weeks have gone. I went to head up north, go do a color tour on the bike with some friends. My motorcycle was feeling weird. Something wasn't right. Well, my buddy Dale, about a month ago, yeah, he's gonna get a kick out of this. About a month ago, he's like, hey, you need to change your chain and sprocket. They look worn out. I'm like, Dale, you have no idea what you're talking about. I got plenty of life in this chain and sprocket. Well, if you saw my last video on how to change out chain and sprocket, you would see how bad my chain and sprockets were. Yeah, Dale. Rub it in. Say I told you so. My bike ride's so smooth now. I can't believe. You know what? I think the chain and sprocket's been bad for about a year. It's never ridden this smooth. Anyways, I rode this bike up north. About 150, 160 miles up to the cabin. Ended up going on some color tours by myself. Everybody chickened out because they said it was too cold. It was like 65, 70 degrees. That's not cold. Especially for Michigan. Anyway, I had a great time. It was nice. I decided to come back home on Friday. About 20 minutes into my trip, it started raining. I mean bad. And it was cold. So for about 2 hours I rode in some horrible weather. I had to remove my camera because these cameras, they're waterproof. Unless you have a microphone hooked to it, then they're not. I do have this little extra door that supposedly keeps it kind of rainproof, but I don't trust it. I'm not going to lose a $400 camera just because someone claims that their $12 part makes it waterproof. Well, I guess on the way home, I ran over a frickin' screw. Little 1 1/4 inch drywall screw. Put a hole right through my tire. Hey, all the deer.
Shine bright up all night, we're never slowing down. Fall in love, drunk mistakes, we're bound to hit the ground. Gotta keep this feeling, keep on breathing, even if we're slipping away. So I close my eyes and lose myself now, do it like it's only today. We got a party for a lifetime, no we ain't stopping for the sunrise, and we don't care about the bad nights. If for a second I can feel like this, make me feel like this. We got a party for a lifetime, no we ain't stopping for the sunrise, and we don't care about the bad nights. If for a second I can feel like this, make me feel like this. Young blood made of gold, a mind you can't control. Running wild, can't come down, my head is in the clouds. Gotta keep this feeling, keep on breathing, even if we're slipping away. So I close my eyes and lose myself now, do it like it's only today. We got a party for a lifetime, no we ain't stopping for the sunrise, and we don't care about the bad nights. If for a second I can feel like this, make me feel like this. We got a party for a lifetime, no we ain't stopping for the sunrise, and we don't care about the bad nights. If for a second I can feel like this, make me feel like this.
Welcome to hell. Oh, the ice cream shop's open. I'm gonna have to go in and get some ice cream. I'll be back. Well, that was 6 weeks ago. Just after that, I came down with COVID. Have not been able to ride. Haven't been able to do anything really. I'm now out in the garage, working on my bike. Got the heater going, getting nice and toasty in here. As you can see, I've been getting the batwing fairing on. I had some brackets I gotta build. I have 2 more I still have to make, just to sturdy it up a little more. As you can see, I had to cut up a Harley fairing. There's normally a stereo that fits right here, but on the Harley, this sets a lot higher. So I got as low as I can so it doesn't touch the headlight. So I had to cut this whole area out. I'm not putting a radio in here, so I'm just gonna fill in where the speakers go. All the gauges, I'm making a panel that'll fit over that. Put a little 4-inch windshield on it. You don't actually look through it, you look over it. My head is way up here. I have taken this for a test ride with the fairing on. The wind blows right over the top of my helmet. It's super nice. Can't wait to get this all done and paint it up. I can do some highway riding without getting all tired out. No, it's not gonna stay blue. I'm gonna paint it. It's gonna get metal flaked. Should be pretty sweet when it's all done. It's hard to tell how it's really gonna look since it's blue and it contrasts a lot against the red. But eventually this bike will be blue. But for now, The paint's so nice on this bike, I just don't want to repaint it yet. Give it a year or two, I'm definitely going to repaint it. I still have not redone this seat yet. It's still the most uncomfortable seat in the world. I should definitely make that a winter project. There's actually more to this video, but it's getting kind of long as it is, so I decided to split it up. I'm just going to make a little short, I don't know, 7, 8, 9 minute video. Basically, it's just a bunch of hot rodders and a couple motorcycles hanging out, having a bonfire, doing a cookout. The good thing, I won't be doing much talking, mainly music and just showing the cool stuff. If you aren't subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you like what you see, hit the like button. And don't forget to ring that bell, because that'll give you notifications for every time I load up a new video. I'm about to do a whole bunch of how-to videos. If you're really into that, well, stick around, because Michigan, we have 5 months of winter, so I have probably 5 months worth of how-to videos coming up. I gotta get this thing on. I don't know why I'm in such a hurry. Spring's like 5 months away. I just want to get this thing painted, get it out of the way so I can work on other projects. Anyways, thanks for sticking around. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon.